Livingston. Dybantsa, 3 on the timer, takes it. What a move and finish. Now the #1 pick.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Chocolate City Podcast, brought to you by LED Studios. It's your boys, it's your host, DJ Dybantsa. It's Summer League. As always, ain't gonna talk y'all heads off. Let's just get right into it. Yo, my boys. Hey, AJ Dybantsa right off the gate, boy. We just gonna get right into it. D, what you got to say about our #1 pick?
It was what we all wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
As Damo told me earlier today, we finally got one. It's looking nice. I mean, game 1, the lights was bright.
Buddy.
We saw what Darren Peterson was doing in the Utah Salt Lake City Classic. Earlier on, he was putting up some nice performances. But when we got to Vegas, and it was both times, and we seen DP got the best of them in high school, college.
Yeah.
It was a lot of pressure, even though it's summer league, but you know the narratives and social media. So for him to come out and play and be as dominant as he looked, and by far, out of the year 1 guys, he was by far the best player. I mean, it was beautiful to see. It was beautiful.
And let me get to that, right? 27 points, 2 assists, very important. 7 rebounds. The defense, 1 block, 2 steals. Getting to the free throw line, 7 to 8 from the free throw line. All right, Damo, what you got to say about that stat line?
Yeah, I just the gravity, man. Like, you usually, you have to foul because you can't guard him. You can't stay in front of him. 6'10", like with his first step, and he kind of lulls you to sleep with his handle, like, and then you think you there, and then he first step, he pass you, and then you got to bear hug him, you got to foul him because you can't, So it was just great to see. I'm just so happy, man. Like, we finally got a legitimate star, like total package, like the aura, his style of play, the size, the athleticism. He might do the dunk contest.
Yeah.
He got the sneaker deal. He with Nike. We might get game covers. Like, it's just like, but the commercials, like, bro, like I'm just happy we ain't gotta be talking about these role players no more, man. Like, oh my God,
it's
bro.
It's a new day in DC, right? I mean, look, like, just like how we covered last time, it's a new era, it's a new day in DC, and you can feel it, right, in the city. You can feel, like, I'm seeing people outside. The season ain't even started, and I'm seeing people wear Wizards gear again proudly, right?
Yes.
Man, look, remember them days when we was exactly. Remember them days where it was the paper bags at the game, boy. Like, people had the drawn cutout face, like it was Halloween every single day in Cap One. It's like, nah, them days are over. But I want to get to something you said, Dama, real quick. It's like, talk about the maturity in his style of play and being game ready. Like, what do you see out there from him from a? It's his first game. He hasn't played in 4 months, and he already, like you said, getting fouls, looking pro ready. Talk about his game a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we know the hype coming into it, like, the quote unquote rivalry with him and DP, and kind of his record against him in high school, college, and this being his first game, DP getting 2 tune-up games beforehand. So I feel like he came into it understanding the weight of it, and he got right to it. Like, I mean, right to it. Immediately got to it. And I just think he stuck to what makes him great. And that's his ability to get to the free throw line. And I see a lot of, people clipping, oh, this is shade, this is the foul baiting and all that, man. Cut all the hating, man. Like, you hate us because you ain't us.
That's it.
All right? Because if you had one, you'd be clipping it up, celebrating.
Right.
Because that's what the great players do. The great players get fouled. That is a skill. And for him to have that skill at 19 years old, his body ain't even developed all the way yet. The sky's the limit for the kid, man.
Yeah, and we was talking earlier, we was saying he dropping 27, 23, and 9% from the free throw, from the three-point line?
9%.
9%. So when that gets added to his game and he can extend his game out a little bit, you can only imagine the type of numbers that he'll be putting up. But with his go-to and his elite ability to get to that basket and get to that free throw line out of the gate, I mean, it's top notch.
Yeah. And look, I mean, he said it himself, and we all knew it too. I mean, everybody was kind of talking about it. Like there was definitely a struggle from the three-point line, and that's something he's going to have to continue to work on. Obviously, with the good comes the bad, comes things you need to work on. That's what happens when you get to the pros. That line stretches out a little bit more. It is what it is, right? We know this, but man, it was just so exciting seeing I mean, when's the last time we haven't seen a Wizards Summer League game be this hype? Probably since John, actually, and that was back in 2010 when it wasn't even like the 2K Summer League. It was this big thing. That's when they still had the Orlando Summer League. It was the California Classic, the Utah Salt Lake City Classic.
It was the reversible jerseys.
Yeah, it was reversible jerseys. And sometimes you'd have to play a game. You had to play like 2 games in the same day. And I was watching like old clips of John in the Summer League. Boy, I was like, dang, like I could barely see him. Like it was kind of crazy. I was like, oh man. But no, and it's AJ said it best. He sells tickets. He fills seats and
Seats FC, baby.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say I'm old. I had to figure out what that was for my boy here. I didn't know what C was, but I figured it out. Hey, I'm here. I'm getting there. Nah, but yeah, everything that he's bringing to the table, the excitement, it's all those intangibles. It's the stuff off the court that he's bringing to the city. And I mean, you kind of felt a little bit of this last year when Keyshawn took the jump, right? It's like, oh, wait a minute, we didn't expect this, right? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Will Riley, coming through, and we'll get to him in a second on the Summer League. He's been showing out too. So, but let's go ahead and real quick and keep talking about AJ before we go to anybody else to talk about that second game. Second game against the Kings. 23, 2, 7, 2 blocks, 3 steals. I mean, again, 1 from 6 from the three-point line, but it's just like first against DP, showed out, right? Then the second game against A-Cuff, showed out. How do y'all feel about that second game?
The second game, I also wanted, he had some nice passes too in that second game.
Yeah.
Because he had the ball in his hands a lot. So I would say he had the behind the back pass. I think, was that the Juju or I forgot who
It was
it
the Juju. It was the Juju.
Then he had the
Juju's a
lead pass when, I don't know if that was Will Riley.
I think it was Will. That was
Yeah,
Will. It was
I
Will.
mean, so he showed his ability because the Kings threw some double teams at him. So he had to show a little bit of that passing ability and that passing IQ. Also, he got 7 rebounds in, I think, both games. So that's also good to see that we talking about somebody who could potentially be getting double-doubles out the gate.
Yeah.
So that's a nice thing to see as well. But to go back really quick to your point about the old John Wall being the last time his buzz, it really makes me think because I was like maybe 14, 13. I wasn't really watching.
Yeah.
So this is the first time for a lot of Wizards fans that were relevant. Like people actually want to watch the team. So that's just something I thought about when you said that. That was crazy.
Real quick, that's a really good point. Is that I talked about those intangibles, what he's bringing off the court. There are literally new Wizards fans that don't remember the bullets, right? With the C Webb, the transition to the Gill, to the I think for the majority of us, are within that Gill and John Wall time frame, right? John might have been probably the first, Gill might have been the first for some, right? But now you're talking about AJ and this type of hype. Like this is like these new kids. This is all they gonna know, and how blessed is that gonna be? Where they ain't even gonna understand what the struggle was. They just gonna see AJ and think it's always been this way.
Yeah, man. I was actually my son is 8 years old. He asked me, "Hey, who? Did we get that new player? Like, did we get that new player?" And I was like, "Yeah, we got him." He went number 1, and he was like, "Can I go see him? Can you take me to go see him?" And I'm just like, "Man, dog, you don't know how good you got it. Like,
right.
You get AJ Dybantsa for your Wizards,
right.
that you gonna get to grow up to see.
Right.
Not Kwame, not Nick Young,
JaVale,
Jordan
Andre
Crawford,
Blatch.
oh man, the Goof Troop. Like you get to really see one of them ones, man. And this might sound hyperbolic, but I got to get it off, man. I got to get it off. I have not seen a 19-year-old with his size and athleticism and gravity, like impact on the game totality-wise. I haven't seen that since LeBron, man. Like, I feel like he could have that type of day one impact. Like, he's not the passer LeBron is, because LeBron was like a Magic Johnson level passer out the gate. But I'm just talking about like filling the stat sheet, wake up out of the bed, 27 and 7, like just being athletic, just being all over the place, just reading the game and the gravity he has, bro. Like, because that first iteration of LeBron, he didn't have a jump shot.
Nope.
Right.
He was just playing off instinct, natural ability, and just his athleticism.
Right. Yep.
And I think AJ has that similar ability, man. And I'm excited to see it, man, especially for it to be
Hey,
in
look,
Chocolate
we
City.
talking about old school, right? During them Gil, Antoine Butler days.
Yeah.
It was that LeBron that gave us the fits 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
2 years in a row, that was the LeBron. He couldn't shoot worth a damn. Man, just pure athleticism.
Yeah.
Maybe that crab dribble, a lot of traveling, but and then walking up to Gil, but hey, that's the past. We're looking forward to the future. I promise y'all, it's not gonna be these old hoagies talking about the troubled days. Just know we had them, and if you're growing up with AJ, cool. That's more power to you. Let's all right. We done talked about AJ. We know he's gonna be great. We talked about him. What is he gonna look like in the beginning of the season? Let's get to some of the other guys though, right? Because I think it's very important that very first game, it was a defensive clinic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Jameer, boy.
Jameer,
that's
man.
how we gonna be playing defense in the regular season.
Oh,
I
boy.
mean, okay.
Jameer, Jameer had DP. I get it. You get 10 fouls. He racked them up kind of quick, but hey, look, he made sure he used all of them fouls. He's like, you were not gonna do. Now, I will say, I had me a little concerned because look like Jameer, boy, looked like he wasn't gonna come back in the game because DP gave him that.
Yeah.
He pushed off though.
He did push off, but I'm saying I'm not Jameer, my guy. I'm not saying nothing. I got scared. I was like, oh damn, There it is. Like he ain't gonna even make it to the beginning of the season. It's over. But the defense, not just from him, but the entire team. And then even when Jameer was racking the fouls and went out, right? I think it's Seth Trimble.
Yeah.
Came in playing good. It was a team defense.
Yeah.
And you love to see. Okay, we're gonna get back to Trey Johnson being a vocal leader, Will Riley being a vocal leader. Like you could actually hear them through the TV yelling, right? Yeah. Any defensive stop, like you saw the team celebrating. It was just that nice, man.
Yeah, and then it was good to see. I liked how they was getting physical with him. Like they were being really physical with DP, especially him coming off those games in the Utah Lake City Classic where he's putting up 26, 27 or whatnot. And then you come into this game.
They came prepared.
And it's like they were ready for him. They wasn't about to let him run around and do whatever you wanted. It's like, we're going to pick up these fouls, but it ain't going to be easy. We're going to get physical. We're going to bump you. We're going to touch you. And we seen at the end of the game, it came kind of to that head where he pushed Jameer Walker's off. And I figured that was going to happen because I'm like, those physical type of games where you just banging and banging and banging, pause, but it gets to that point where mentally you gonna get to him. That's a flag. Yeah, that's a flag.
Flag on the play.
But it gets to that point where you may touch their mental, and DP's mental got touched right there. And he wanted to be a point guard, and that's what being a point guard in the league is about. You're gonna face those Marcus Smart type players who really put that pressure on you and make you have to get out of it and make decisions.
Yeah, it was great to see, man. Even the second round pick, Akpar, man, like he was on the glass, his energy. I think it was all infectious, man. Like it was just infectious. But to me, it started with Jameer. Like 94 feet. Just he was like he could smell DP's sweat. Like
he was there.
Just on him, bro. Like it was just like that's what you want to see though, because he's got to earn his check his way in this league, being a defender first. So. Man, I'm excited to see what he does at the point of attack during the regular season because that dude got real defensive chops, man. Real defensive chops. So, it's up, man, for sure.
Yeah, I can't, honestly, it's like you get so excited because, for Wizards basketball, like our seasons historically for like the past 5-6 years have either been a first round exit or like we're not even seeing playoffs. Our season ends in April, maybe late March for real. Like so,
February.
February. To be honest, honestly, probably about December because sometimes once you know, you know, right? And we, again, all by design, we knew what it was going to be this year. But just so exciting to see. Let's talk about like Trey Johnson taking that step, right? Like Trey, Dumb, I think it was you. I saw you on X, as always, right? Godfather, Wiz Twitter, talking about something, saying like, hey, like, y'all watch out for Trey right? Trey about to take a new step. And it's almost like not directly comparing him to DP, but just essentially saying, like, hey, what we want, if we would have gotten DP, if we wanted, y'all going to see some of the same things from Trey that y'all would have been asking from DP.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
I think he took that matchup personal. Like, hey, I'm the best guard on the floor tonight. Like, yeah, I get all the hype. I get he went number 2, and he been all that out of Ohio, but I can get a bucket too. Man, I mean, he put what 26 on it.
Yeah.
Trey
looked easy out there.
It looked easy.
It looked
Easy.
Look easy.
I mean, so with Trey, it was kind of expected because Trey is just such a naturally talented and gifted scorer. It just the flow of the game. He got to his spots. He kind of a lot of where it looked at points in the regular season last season and looked even better in summer league as it should be. You know, with the amount of minutes played and whatnot, and then for Will Riley as well.
Yeah,
He closed out that
Yes,
first
sir.
game.
Yes,
AJ
sir.
had the calf soreness, so Will Riley came in and closed it out, and we saw what he did in game 2 as well.
32 on.
32 on him.
Because he was the guy that towards the end of the season, a lot of people, the hype on Will was like Will, Keyshawn, we even had the conversation. So
6'10 PG.
Yes.
6'10
Yes,
point
sir.
guard, I'm telling you.
Yes,
and then,
sir.
because you just saw some of the passes he was making. He did that long bounce pass in that second game. You just like, hey, bro, like, that vision.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
what's going, like, to be that talented, that tall, right? You still need to tighten up the handle just a little bit, but you can tell, you can see it. It's there.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, hey, bro, like, you gotta calm it down, bro. Like Trey's supposed to, you gave Trey all this money, but it's like you got, you know what I'm saying? Will might have to be a backup point guard here a little bit. I don't know. Like, I mean, just the kind of like stuff he was pulling off there. I was just like, okay, yeah, like this isn't just a fluke. Like, you know, he basically like the stuff that he was doing against like the seasoned vets. He's like, oh, this summer league, this child's play. He was doing what he needed to do.
Yeah. I think because the Wizard, I wonder, because I believe they're gonna pick up another backup point guard. I know they've been talking about Russ.
We
I
were
forgot
talking
the
about
other
that too.
option that was rumored for us.
It wasn't a good one.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm okay with Russell Westbrook, but I wonder if they let it play out, see how the young guys are doing, like Will Riley, Keyshawn, how they playing as the backup point guard kind of at points in times, to decide if, yeah, we going to need to pick up a vet.
Yeah.
You know, but Will has been showing a lot, and I like what he's been seeing. It's like a continuation from the end of the season into the summer league. You will hope, you know, it transfers into the preseason as that process begins. But Will was cooking.
Yeah, real quick, if we get Russ, I gotta dead this now. Like I liked it when Russ was here, but if Russ does get here, it's gotta be purely from a vet standpoint. I can't see a situation where he should be getting minutes over the other guys at all.
I would like it from just an attitude standpoint.
Exactly,
You know,
the vet
Russ is
that
going to give it
he gonna-
every night, but stylistically, that's just not where I envision the team going. Like, and I'll throw this at y'all, like, because I was just kind of having this thought in my head on the way up here. Like, would y'all rather have one or two guys averaging 7+ assists, or would you rather have 4 to 5 guys giving you 4 or 5 assists? From a
The latter, because you know what that
standpoint.
reminds me of? That reminds me of the old Spurs basketball. Old Spurs, boy, them old. We're talking about like the old. Well, I mean, Pop's been around forever, but them old Spurs teams, that ball was moving, and it might have seemed boring, but that's what they remember at a point in time. Anybody else was doing that, it was like that looked like Spurs basketball.
Yeah.
So man, if you talking about like Greg Pop, like that type of stylistic basketball, I'm down for it. I'll do that. I don't care how boring it look. I'll take it.
And it just makes your team that much more versatile because
Yeah.
it's like, all right, y'all, we shut down these two, get the ball out their hands, make other
Yeah.
people create, then it's going to stall their offense out. It's
Yeah.
going to hurt them. You know, as opposed to if everybody's moving the ball around, if everybody's getting a piece of the pie and sharing, it makes the team that much more harder to stop and contain into game plan.
Yeah.
Like thinking about it, I mean, let's just go down the list, right? Obviously, Trey Young could bring up the ball,
For sure.
right? We done already seen that AJ for sure can bring up the ball, right? We know Will can bring up the ball. We've seen KG bring up the ball. Trey Johnson can bring up the ball. AD in certain situations. And we've actually, now I think about it, we done seen Sar go coast to coast as well. I'm trying to think like who. I mean,
You ain't even say Bub.
Bub. I mean,
Bilal been the lead ball guy.
Jameer. I mean, just pick your poison on who you the point of attack, who you want to like bring up the ball. And honestly, so that's why it makes a lot more sense. Where it's like even out of all those cats, right? Like, legitimately, there's at least like 5 guys that you can see averaging like 2 to 3 assists a night.
Right.
Like that's great. And honestly, it's like if anybody, if who's ever got like the favorable matchup, they could be the ones
they can lead it.
Just lead it every single time.
See, like it shouldn't be. And a report came out saying like the Wizards envision like Keyshawn and AJ having the ball, not on a full-time basis, but in certain aspects, bringing the ball, running the offense and things like that. And people took it out of proportion, of course, online, but that's kind of what I would like to see, because it shouldn't be a situation where Trey needs to be just the same guy he was in Atlanta. That's the point of us building the team and having the talent that we have on this team, is that he should need to do all of that as he did in Atlanta. It should be a little less pressure on him.
I think it's where Atlanta was asking him to be the star player and the floor general.
Right.
Like now we need more of that floor general. More of that.
Yeah, I feel like if Trey has to do 25 and 11 for us,
Too much.
something went wrong.
Yeah, too much. Yeah.
I want Trey more of an 18, 19, maybe 7 assist guy, because now, like we were just saying, you got AJ, you got Will Riley, you got Sar even in some actions. They can get you 2, 3 assists, and it's not just get the ball to Trey.
Yeah.
Every time I get a rebound, where's Trey at? Like, because that slows down your offense. I like, even the Celtics kind of do this. Derek White is not a natural point guard, but they operate where kind of everybody can. Tatum averaging 5 assists. White gets you 5 assists. Jaylen Brown gets you 5 assists. Like, it's more they're sharing it. They get to their ISO, but it's multiple guys that can hurt you playmaking and being a lead guard. So that's what I hope to see this year for sure.
And that'll help flesh out Trey's game as well, because a big knock on him offensively is off ball he don't move. He'll
you gotta move
ball,
this
somebody else will be having the ball, he'll just be standing still.
Yeah.
So I mean, it'll be a change for him, but a good change in my opinion.
Yeah.
See, now we're gonna get into some of these. I guess now we can just kind of go off segment and talk about some of these 2K lineups, because the way that I'm thinking about it in my head, like I'm thinking, all right, like Trey at the 1, Keyshawn at the 2, or AJ for real, right? So interchange them two at the 2 and 3, AD at the 4, and then Sar at the 5, or even interchange them depending on whoever wherever the pick and roll, pick and pop option is at the time.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, when you look at it, we've talked about this so many times. Outside of Trey, like everybody else is 6'8" and above. Now, and then you're seeing the defensive pressure that AJ is putting on. We've seen what Keyshawn can do. We already know what AD, top 75 player from his defense, really alone. And then Sar, really, to be honest, I have him as a dark horse candidate for a DPOY candidate. Like I think
major.
he can be that good.
He is that good.
So I think because before he got hurt, he was leading the league in blocks.
Yeah.
So I'm saying like you're and then you got Steve Clifford on the oh my God, bro. And Jameer.
Can I bring up the point? Because I remember before the draft, a lot of people was talking about the stocks and stuff with AJ, and people was talking about him defensively. I always was of the notion that he had to do so much offensively for BYU that, naturally he just wasn't going to be the best player defensively, on that opposite side of the ball, because he had to do so much on offense.
Yes.
He has shown us that he has the length to affect shots. We saw him when he blocked a cup shot and then went back for the layup on the opposite end.
Yep.
He's had multiple blocks. He has multiple steals. It was never a big issue for me, just due to his size alone. And people just blowing it way out of
still scoring a good amount of points. Like
he's been the best defender of the top 4.
Yeah.
Or the top, honestly, the top 6. However you want to go down, or the top 10 for real. He's been the best defender in this summer league.
Stocks.
But he giving you that too, though. He giving you 4 stocks a game.
Yeah.
And again, he doesn't
impact, man.
He's out of everybody. He's coming into the best situation, right?
Yeah.
He it's not maybe the second would probably be DP, right?
Yeah.
But from an overall team, right? Again, you got Trey, all-star veteran, top 75, future Hall of Famer, and AD. Even if he's not healthy, he still brings that veteran presence. And we didn't even talk about Chris Middleton coming back, right? So Chris, if you think about it, like, you know, obviously the ceiling for AJ is much, much, much higher. But having another mentor, mentor in Chris Middleton, that's perfect, right? So there's going to be a lot of game that he can share with him as well. So all I'm saying is that AJ isn't going to have to come in and do as much, as you said, like he had to do at BYU. So now all he has to do is really focus on both ends of the floor and being efficient, and like we said earlier, getting that three-point shot back up.
I agree. And the thing I like to go back to the Middleton move. I like the fact people are worried about, Middleton may take me, which I don't think will be the case. And I was of the thought that if the youngins can't beat out Chris Middleton at this stage in his career, that's more of an issue with them than on Middleton. I like the competition. I don't think anybody's spot outside of the main, like AJ, Trey, AD, probably Sar, should be guaranteed. Like Bilal, Cam Whitmore, who I'm sure is working hard in this offseason because he's a name that's kind of just been not talked about at all. When you talk about
that's my boy too.
You know, so I like the competition. I like the mix of the presence of the youngins and the veterans and the vets to come and push the young guys. Because nothing should be guaranteed. You know, we have the expectation, but nothing has been accomplished yet.
And I think it's all, maybe you're going to say this, I think the veteran presence too is about like, these guys are being brought on to teach these young kids how to like win and be sustainable in winning. And then when you get into any sort of playoff run, it's how to close them things out. Because look, I mean, Trey gone to the Eastern Conference Finals. Chris Middleton done won a championship. AD, he's won a championship, right? We're talking about three guys who have gone deep into the playoffs and who have actually had plus 50 winning seasons. Wizards haven't done that since 78. So I'm saying like, you know, like we have these vets that are going to not only be there if they have to get minutes. Well, obviously, you know, Trey and AD gonna get minutes, they're starting, but you know, people like Chris, like he's gonna really be there more so to like just be another veteran presence to teach these young cats how to win.
Go ahead, Don.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that's big facts. Like I was just looking up because I was talking about it before, but the amount of playoff games those three have won combined, like those guys have won a combined like 80 playoff games. Like, so that experience they're gonna be able to bring into the locker room is insurmountable, man. And you know, when it comes to April basketball, June basketball, you're gonna need that veteran presence, man, because these kids don't know. They've been playing tank ball for the last 3 years. So I just think, man, you know, compared to a situation like DP, Laurie Marketing, 0 playoff games played. He's never made the playoffs. Jaren Jackson, I think he has like 9 playoff wins his whole career. Like, they're very inexperienced, and then they just lost Kessler Walker. So having that experience, that playoff experience, man, they're gonna be able to show these young guys how to get it done when it matters most, and it's gonna pay dividends. So.
And I think that's the ultimate goal, right? Is like, and then I think another underrated, you know, kind of key point to that signing with Chris too is that's like, we saw what AJ can do. AJ can literally play 1 through 4. Where we seen him out, he just rebounded. You know, he could rebound the ball and then push the pace. So there's a, to me, it's almost like AD insurance. You know, AD goes out, right? We know AJ can play the 4. I even think last year before we traded Chris, he was playing a little bit of that 4 too. So it's like there's, you know, it's not exactly the same. But again, you have another veteran presence that can come in and be like a Swiss Army knife to play 2 through. Like Chris isn't gonna like be point guard, but he can play 3 or 4, maybe even sometimes at the 2. You know, so again, I look at it as you're bringing in a guy who serves so many different purposes on this team, and I don't think the main purpose is going to be to take some young kids' minutes.
Yeah, and the vets, because it's one thing to be a good team or look good on paper, but to know how to win, you know, and throughout a season, a long season, because there's going to be ups and downs, and how you manage those ups and how you manage those downs. I just think I love the mix that we have with the vets, and which is another reason as to why I wouldn't mind Russ, because I know just the mindset I know he'll be a very good fit for the young guys. As far as play style and all that could be a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole nother conversation.
But I just like the mix we got. I think Dawkins and company have done a really good job with that.
Is there anybody out there right now, because that hasn't been picked up at free agency, that y'all would look to try to get? Or is there a trade that you guys, because I mean, we're still kind of, there's still going to be like for instance, we talked about Cam, right? And again, right, just no projecting here. We all like Cam, but whether it's Cam or anybody else on the squad, could be looking for another consolidation trade somewhere. Is there anybody that y'all have y'all's eyes on, whether it's free agency or trade, to maybe try to like bring in?
I was going to say Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah. I saw that floating around. I like that.
I saw that.
Again, playoff performer. He's got a lot of playoff games played and won, and a lot of international play. He's been in big spots.
Scrappy too.
Scrappy dude. He feisty. He's gonna make them guys work in practice. So that would be a target. If you could put a kind of consolidation package together. Cam Whitmore. Whoever you want to throw in there outside of the top 9 so far. I think that's something that would be worth looking into for sure.
I would say that's probably the name, because that is the one I seen floating around.
Yeah, Cam, probably Boot, maybe a couple second-round picks. Get shorter. Yeah, it shouldn't take much. Yeah. Okay, let's. We gotta talk about Will Riley real quick, because I mean we talked about the 32. We talked about a little bit of the game, but I mean, like, let's just kind of, where do we see him fitting in next year, right? We talked about some of the, like, where do we see him fitting in, like, in this rotation next year? Is he the first one off the bench? Is it somebody else? Like, where do we see him? Because I think that's the thing that a lot of Wizards Twitter has been saying too, is like, dang, like, where does Will fall in all this? We're seeing what he's doing in summer league, but we're kind of scared he ain't gonna get that playing time. Even John Wall on the broadcast was saying, like, we need to find him some time. We hope that he can get some time.
Yeah.
What y'all think?
I think it'll be. I think it's gonna be a battle kind of between Will, Bub, and Bilal, to maybe those three may fluctuate.
Yeah.
I wish it was more like guaranteed. Like, we knew for a fact Will was gonna get in there, get 26 minutes to the game all the time. But I don't. It's tough. He should be on the court.
Yeah.
He should be on the court.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm trying to. You gotta help me. I'm trying to figure out a path for him to, like, get consistent minutes on the floor with the current squad.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have, but it's definitely going to be something that's going to have to be flushed out through the season. I think it's going to be matchup dependent. I think early in the year you're going to probably see a consistent 10, and then after 10 games it might switch a little bit. You might see more JC the first 10, and after that. You might see more Will Riley.
See? I forgot what we got Justin Champagne on the team too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you might see a trade happen, and then that might elevate one of the guys' minutes.
I think that it's going to be the trade, and someone's going to want to give a first. Because this is what I think might really end up happening here, is that you may legit see a 10 to 11 man rotation. Like, someone may not get a ton of minutes. They may get like 5, 6, 7 minutes, but you might legit see like a 10 to 11 man rotation at times, because maybe they're, for instance, like with AD, maybe they just want to keep AD on some minutes restriction, right? Something like that. So someone's gonna replace those minutes that are off that minutes restriction for him. But dang, man, I forgot about Champagne too. Like, I'm thinking like,
it's a lot of
so
dudes,
you're looking at a lot of cats who you're just like, as Wizards fans, it's like, well, we want you to play. For instance, like, if you think about it from a defensive standpoint, you want Bilal out there. If you need a stop, Bilal needs to be in that lineup somewhere, right?
Jameer too.
Jameer too, exactly. Honestly, Champagne to some extent too. Like, all them cats, if you need a board, like, same thing. They were talking about having like Ayton out there, AD out there, Sar out there. I don't know if that's true. I'd have to see. I'd have to see it to believe that. Right, I'd have to see it to believe it, because imagine all of a sudden you got Ayton out there, AD out there, Sar out there, Riley out there. Who's the next toss? What, maybe AJ out there, or Kajon, like one of those. Like, hell, I mean, even Bilal growing. Do you hear Bilal 6'9" now? He ain't even 6'8". He's 6'9". Like, boy, everybody's just a tall ass lineup. We're talking about big guards who could bring up the ball. Like I said, I want to see Will Riley at the point, and then just everybody else 6'10" and up.
And that may be where he fits in at get minutes is that backup point spot.
But then
Especially
what
if they
about
don't
Bub?
pick up anybody. But that's why I said, like, him and Bub, it may be a rotation of a fluctuation of guys getting minutes, and it's a tough problem.
It may
It's a
have
good
to be.
problem,
It
like
may.
Donald
It may
said.
be one of those situations where you saw last year, where sometimes it was Bub, Trey Johnson, and Riley out there at the same time, and then it's like you just mostly have Bub and Riley going back and forth at the point of attack, something like that. But I don't know, man. I'm thinking that first person off the bench, like after seeing it, like the sixth man's got to be Trey Johnson. Trey,
I think
because
Trey's the
unfortunately,
sixth man.
I don't think Trey's going to start. Like I
mean,
just
the most accomplished off the bench is Ayton. So like
Yeah.
he could be the first sub to stagger AD.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So Sar can get some power forward.
power
minutes,
forward,
too.
yeah.
So, I could see a scenario like that where Ayton come in first, kind of get some easy buckets at the rim, run some pick and roll with Trey,
Yeah.
and then you kind of funnel in some of your guards and wings off of that. So it's a good problem, man. We got a lot of options, man, and that just means you got a talented team. So
Yeah.
All I know is y'all boys, I'm super excited. Look, they done shut AJ down. The rest is gonna be probably on. I'm assuming Will Riley's probably gonna still. Basically, by the time this comes out, Summer League will be over, so we'll know one way or the other whether Will's still playing, whether we going to the Summer League championship, whatever it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I mean, has there ever been a moment where a team's won? And again, I'm pushing, right? But has there ever been where like a team's won the Summer League championship, the cup, and then won the full
I
thing?
don't think there's been a team now.
Because
think
no,
so.
the Lakers won
I think they won.
the first ever cup.
Yeah.
But did they win? They didn't win that year.
No.
They won the championship.
Nah, okay. So ain't nobody done it. I'm just saying.
Hey, put it in the air, man.
Hey, I'm just like
Put
I'm
it
putting it
in,
out
man.
there, man. We going to the chip, and someone's gonna clip that. And I'm gonna be in big trouble. All right, boys. Look, we all know we got some big things coming up with the channel. Like really big things, and I'm not gonna spoil it, but just know that it's gonna involve a lot of y'all's favorite Wizards content creators, all that jazz. I ain't gonna say no more than that. But anyways, it's been the Chocolate City Podcast. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time.